Hi again, this is Chris Vernon with Progressive Reporting. In this video, I want to introduce you to one of my other companies, iThrive Funding, and show you how we can help you avoid one of the biggest problems trucking companies face, a cash shortage. To learn how cash flow can affect a trucking company, follow The Tale of Two Truckers starring Cash Doe and Richard Needy.
Cash and Richard are buddies and are brand new owners of trucking companies ready to hit the road. It's common knowledge that a large percentage of businesses fail within the first year. The primary reason they fail is that they run out of cash. Let's follow Cash and Richard's first month on the road to learn how you can avoid cash flow problems. Both owners have spent a ton of their hard-earned money to get their companies started and are chomping at the bit to make that investment pay off. They both just booked their first load, a load of potatoes from Idaho Falls to Atlanta, Georgia. They'll drive about 2,000 miles and the broker will pay them $3,600 for their work. Richard got an inheritance from his long-lost great-aunt Amelia, and after all of his startup expenses, he still has $5,000 in the bank and thinks he's ready to hit the road. Cash spent his last time on his insurance down payment, so he knows he's going to need help with cash flow. He signed up for iThrive Funding's factoring service and got a $1,440 fuel advance that was immediately loaded onto his fuel card when he picked up the load. Day one of operation, they both put $250 of fuel into their trucks and hit the road. Each driver spent $250 a day on fuel and $35 on food. The trip took them 5 days to complete, and they both spent $1,425 in expenses. Because Cash is using iThrive's factoring service, he uses his phone to scan a copy of the bill of lading and emails it to iThrive from the cab of his truck. Within a couple of hours, iThrive deposits the remaining money owed to Cash for that load into his bank account before he's ready to pick up his next load the following day. In order to get paid, Richard learns he has to send an original invoice and bill of lading to this broker. Richard has to create his own invoice, find a printer to print it off, and get to a mailbox to snail mail all the paperwork to the broker. Most brokers' payment terms are 30 days, and on average actually pay closer to 40 days from the time the load is delivered. It's going to be a while before Richard gets paid. After the first load, Richard is down to just $3,600 in his bank account, and Cash has almost $2,000. They each pick up a 1,000-mile load that pays $1,800. 2 days later, the process is repeated. Cash emails the confirmation and bill of lading and is paid in less than 24 hours. Richard stresses over the paperwork, spends time he could be driving to get everything submitted, and still won't get paid for around 40 days. The first week is done, and Richard is down to $3,000, and Cash, who started with nothing, now has just over $3,000 in his bank account. During week 2, the process basically repeats itself, but they did not have quite as much time on the road because they had to do a 70-hour rule reset. During the second week, they had $1,750 in expenses and took on $4,500 worth of loads. After 14 days, Cash now has over $5,000 and Richard is down to just $1,255. Not even enough to cover a week's worth of expenses, and he's getting really stressed out. Trying to manage his cash flow problems, Richard decides to start taking quick pays from brokers. The problem with this is he is limited to hauling loads only from brokers who offer quick pays. He still has to wait up to 7 days to get paid, and the fee he pays for the quick pay is as much or more than what he would have been paying iThrive Funding. He also does not get any help or support with the billing process that iThrive Funding is providing to Cash. Additionally, every broker has a different quick pay process, and Richard wastes time trying to figure them all out. Both Richard and Cash have truck payments due during the third week. Cash has plenty of money to make his payment, Because Richard used a quick pay, he did get paid for one of his loads and was able to make the payment, but it was a few days late. During week 4, both Cash and Richard had to make insurance payments. Less than 30 days into his new business, Richard is out of cash and has had to park his truck for a few days waiting for money to come in. Cash, on the other hand, still has money in his account to cover the insurance payment and his other weekly expenses. He continues to book the highest paying loads he can find, and iThrive has reduced his stress by handling all the paperwork and collections. The moral of the story is, don't be a Richard. Use iThrive Funding to help you manage your cash. iThrive's factoring services make your cash flow more predictable, ensuring you have money when you need it. iThrive makes your life easier by handling your invoicing, paperwork, and collections. Just because you're a business owner doesn't mean you have to go it alone. Let iThrive be your partner so you can focus on what makes you money.